if we do not beat Cardiff City on Saturday, then for me I think we're down, because Mike Ashley's not going to invest in this football club. The squad is depleted of confidence. What's going on? Welcome back to 100% NUFC. So it's preview time. It's Newcastle United versus Cardiff City at St James's Park this Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. And this is the biggest game of the season. This is a game that we must win if we want to stay in the Premier League this season. Yes, it's early days and we're in January, but it's come to this where we're a point behind Cardiff City in 17th place, and we're currently in the relegation zone. Our home performances this season simply haven't been good enough. And to blow an 8-point lead around Christmas time to where we are now isn't good enough. And the squad, is thin bare all over the pitch. The last few games we've been picking up injuries left, right and centre. I was at the Blackburn game on Tuesday night when, Lascelles pulled up after a couple of minutes of coming onto the second half. Kieran Clark's out. We're missing half of midfield, such as, Kee Sung-young and Mutu. They're all out on international duty. We're missing Mo Diaby through injury. Shelby's also recovering from an injury, and we've got players coming back, but it's going to take a while. The only fit midfielder that we've got is young midfielder Sean Longstaff, who put in a great performance yet again against Blackburn. Was my man of the match again, also my man of the match against Chelsea. And for me, if we do not beat Cardiff City on Saturday, then for me I think we're down, because Mike Ashley's not going to invest in this football club. The squad is depleted of confidence, and they're not playing like the team that they were last season. Now, if we do go down, I don't just want to blame Mike Ashley for the relegation, but I also want to blame Rafa Benitez, because at the end of the day, he's the one that picks the team, and we've got to go out there, and give it 100%. And I haven't seen that, this season. Yes, we're a squad that, works hard off the ball, putting some great tackles, but at the end of the day, you can work hard, but if you don't put the ball in the back of the net, you're going to get found out time and time and time again. And that's what, clubs have done this season, when they've come to St James's Park. We've let some big results slip, such as the Manchester United result, at Old Trafford, when we went 2-0 up within 10 minutes. We didn't get the third goal, and, we got punished. The same happened to Chelsea. We managed to get equaliser. We had a couple of chances, but Chelsea, didn't have to get out of second gear because they've got a good squad, and we couldn't deal with them. Now, let's look at Cardiff City. So they're currently sitting 17th in the Premier League on 19 points, a point above ourselves. And their last result, they drew 0-0 with Huddersfield Town at the Cardiff City Stadium. Now, I think it's probably a better result for Huddersfield, considering that they are bottom of the league. I think Cardiff ought to have won that game because they are at home and they will be judged on their home performances. Now, Neil Warnock, he's done a great job. He was talking about Brexit last week. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave a link down below in the description. It's quite funny. He's done a really good job. He brought them up from the Championship, and they were favourites to be cut adrift, with Huddersfield at the bottom of the league. But, fair play to them. They're sticking in there, and, they're putting up a real fight. They don't exactly have, the best squad in terms of, quality, names, anything like that. But every game that you see them playing, they're putting in 100%. They did it away to Leicester City at the King Power. I remember Leicester City dominating for long periods, but they scored a worldie goal in the 90th minute, and they won the game 1-0 and they've seen it out. Now, Cardiff's strong points are when they do go ahead, they're very strong at keeping the lead. Yes, they do lose the ball a lot, and that is their weak point, but that would definitely go in their favour, because when we fall behind at home, we seem to collapse. We don't seem to want to get back into the game. Most notably that happened at home to West Ham when we lost by 3-0. The minute we conceded the first goal, we let our heads drop and we didn't really go for it. And Cardiff City will be looking for that opportunity. Cardiff, like ourselves, will be looking at this game as the big one, the game where if they were to win, they're going to go 4 points clear. Whereas if we win, we can go 2 points clear of Cardiff and out of the relegation zone into 15th place. We'll find ourselves in the relegation zone, not by accident, because the squad simply isn't good enough. And, when you're relying on the likes of Hostel to put the ball in the back of the net, that isn't good. Yes, he scored against Blackburn, albeit it was offside and it was from a fumble of the Blackburn goalkeeper, but he simply isn't a Premier League striker. Now, Rafa Benitez rested the likes of Rondon for this game. I think he will start. I reckon Perez will be just behind him. He scored against Blackburn, so his confidence will be up. Matt Ritchie will be on one side. I expect possibly Chris Natsu on the other. Midfield, Sean Longstaff. Then I would say at the back, I would go for Lejeune, Isaac Hayden, because we're so depleted at the back. We haven't really got any, recognised centre backs. Javier Manquillo and Gianri Yedlin. Now, obviously, Dummett's out, of course. And then in goal, Martin Dubravka, he'll come back in for Freddie Woman, who put in a good performance against Blackburn Rovers. Now, like I say, it's going to be a tough game. You know, I'm expecting Cardiff to come up to defend. I don't think they're going to have as much of the ball as we should, but I expect Rafa to go and attack this. If he doesn't attack this game, then we're not going to win. And anything less, you know, then a win on Saturday I could see us relegated, because at the end of the day, these are the sort of games that we'll have to win. And, you know, Cardiff City will be no pushers, of course, and we've just got to, you know, take the game to them. And our home performances have to improve starting from now, because, you know, if they start to get any worse, then we will go down, and it can only get better from now. You know, we're built on, you know, our home performances. You know, that's what you need to do if you want to stay in the Premier League. You have to win your home games, and in order to do that, we need to start by winning games, and that's starting with this big game against Cardiff City on Saturday. Now, I will be at the game, of course. There'll be a match day experience from the game. It's expected to be a cold one. It's St James's Park to do wrap up, of course, and hope you enjoy the game. Put your score predictions down below in the comments. Also, let us know what team you think Rafa Benitez will select. And if you are new, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And thank you so much for watching. Away the lads.